Hello, my name is Amy Sturkey. I'm a pediatric physical therapist, and I have been running this series about treatment ideas with children with cerebral palsy. And I had a good question this week that I wanted to make sure I answered. Someone put a message asking if Sebastian is going to be able to sit and walk normally. And there are ways that you can know the answers to those questions. And I thought I'd go through them with you because there might be other families who have similar questions about their own child. There's something called the Gross Motor Function Classification System, and it has guidelines of where you are by a certain age, and it predicts where you're going to be and what kind of skills you'll have when you get older. So let's go through them. Okay, so there are 5 levels in the Gross Motor Function Classification System, with the first level being the most minimally involved, and these are kids who you might not even know have cerebral palsy if you saw them, and the 5th level being the most severely involved. So on the level 1, these children walk from 18 months to 2 years of age. So by the time they're 6 to 12 years of age, they can run and they can jump, but they are not as fast and they don't have as good as balance or as good a coordination as a typical kid. Their skills can improve over time. So that's level 1. Okay, so on level 2, these children by 2 years of age, they can sit, but they might need to prop on their arms, and they can belly crawl or crawl, and they might be able to pull up to stand or cruise. By 6 to 12 years of age, these kids can walk independently. If they're going up and down the stairs, they might need to hold on to the rail to be able to do so. And when they're outside on the gravel or grass or on even surfaces or uphills or declines, they might have more trouble walking. At best, they can just barely run or just barely jump. But these are more significantly involved kids, and their skills can continue to change and improve until they're about 12 years of age on average. All right, so now we're up to level 3. Children with level 3 cerebral palsy by 2 years of age, they can sit with low back support, and they can roll and they can belly crawl, but they don't have higher skills at age 2. At 6 to 12 years of age, these kids can usually walk with a supportive device such as a walker or forearm crutches or a handheld. But if they were to go on further distances, such as trips to the mall or trips, community outings, they would definitely need a wheelchair. These kids, their skills can improve until they get to about 6 to 8 years of age. Their gross motor skills keep getting better, but after that, they start to plateau or even decline after that. Okay, now we're up to level 4. So level 4 children, they have head control, and to be able to sit, they're going to need some trunk support. They can roll from their stomach to their back, but may or may not be able to roll from their back to their stomach by 2 years of age. These kids at 6 to 12 years of age, they need a wheelchair to be able to move, get in their home, in the community, or at their school. They might be able to drive a power wheelchair, and they might be able to self-propel a wheelchair, but they need wheeled mobility to be able to get around. These kids continue to improve skills until about 6 or 7 years of age, and the skills that they have at that age, they tend to be able to keep, but after that, their skills tend to decrease or plateau at that point. So now we're up to level 5. This is the level of cerebral palsy that Sebastian has. By age 2, these children still don't have good head control when they're sitting or standing or any kind of upright position. At 6 to 12 years of age, they need a wheelchair or to get around. They need help moving from place to place. Sometimes, if they have extensive modifications to their wheelchair, they can drive a power wheelchair, but often this is, for example, a head array that helps them drive with their head. Their skills can continue to improve until they're about 6 to 8 years of age, and then their skills tend to plateau or go downhill. So these are ways that you can look at looking at this classification system. If you can look at what your child is doing by 2 years of age, This helps predict what kind of skills your child would have by the time they're 6 to 12. I hope this is helpful for you, and for the person who asked whether Sebastian is going to be able to sit normally or walk normally, well, Sebastian can walk now in a walker that gives extensive supports. He's inconsistent in his ability to walk, and he needs a lot of help to be able to steer and help propel it. And he can sit if he's in a wheelchair, but he's not going to be able to sit independently, probably ever. However, I do believe that in his lifetime, there's going to be medical advances that happen, and it's just going to knock out of the park the expectations that we have right now for these kids. And so I look forward to a day when Sebastian will maybe come knocking up on my door and go, hey, remember me? You used to work with me, and now look at me. And I look forward to hopefully that will happen in his lifetime. I hope this was helpful for you, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.